What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got a bunch of tournament promos to talk about for the One Piece TCG, a bunch of stuff that's coming out in tournaments that you need to know about, and wonderful news. That's where I come in. I'd like to tell you all about it. And we're going to start off with something that you're going to be seeing over at Regionals, but also at Treasure Cups, and that is Event Pack Volume 7, or as I like to call it, hey, hang on a second, aren't there a bunch of magazine promos we haven't released in the West yet? Oh, good point, there are. Let's whack them in Event Pack Volume 7. So let's start off with Trafal Galore. Now, I have all of these promos. Actually, to be fair, only 3 of the 4 are magazine promos. But still, come on. This is a Trafal Galore promo, and it is a magazine promo. It came around a little while ago, actually, over in Japan. We do tend to take a while to get some of these coming in, but this was a V-Jump promo Trafal Galore, and what we got here is 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000, and as a trigger, if your leader is a supernova type, and your opponent have 5 or fewer life cards, you can play this card. Decent little card, especially with a counter plus 2k. Look out for this with the Doflamingo leader, which we don't have yet, but it's coming around in OP12, because when we get that Doflamingo leader in OP12, this becomes a way better card. Just because it fits really nicely and really neatly into that Doflamingo deck. Awesome. We also have ourselves a Shiroshi here, and of course, let's not forget, Shiroshi fits in nicely with the Shiroshi leader from OP11 now, doesn't it? It does. It absolutely does. But this is a full art leader I pulled from my box, and I told you at the time that this Shiroshi is, I'm going to be honest with you, by far the worst leader in OP12. I am sorry. By the way, this was also a V-Jump promo. I've gone to the point now where I just buy every issue of V-Jump. It's always got a little section on the One Piece TCG that I can kind of read in Japanese now. It's got a bunch of comics, some of which I can kind of read in Japanese now. And it comes with promo cards every month. Like there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Every month. There's sometimes Dragon Ball, and then there's quite often One Piece. So I'm like, you know what? Bite the bullet, buy it every month. Why not? So what does this Shiroshi do? Well, 4 cost, no power. It's a Shiroshi, it's going to have no power. Wimpy Hoshi strikes again. And on play, you can play a Neptunian or Fishman Island character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Get basically a 5 cost on the board for a 4 cost, not bad. But then, activate main rest this character up to one of your Neptunian-type characters can attack characters on the turn in which it is played. So, basically here, we've got, firstly, you get to play a 5 cost with it as a 4 cost, and secondly, you can allow your Neptunian characters to attack characters, not the leader, but characters on the turn that they're played. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, there is quite a lot going on here. This is one that I'm kind of a fan of. I just really wish Shiroshi was good in OP11, but as I've told you, I've had a good look around. It doesn't appear to be. We've then got ourselves a Kobe that fits in with the Kobe leader from OP11 as well. 7 cost, 7,000 power, counter plus 1,000. On your opponent's turn, you go down to 4k. But when attacking, if your leader has the Navy type, your leader's base power becomes 7k until the end of your opponent's next turn. That means a bigger hit with your leader this turn, but more importantly, it means that your opponent is going to need to have an extra 2k on every attack they try swinging with for a turn. Yeah. This is another very good card. Like, I'm not saying that Kobe is going to be the best deck in the game, and I'm not even saying if it is, you have to play this, but I absolutely am saying that you need to take this card seriously, and you need to have a good think about whether this could be good in that deck, and plan appropriately. This is a very cool card. And yes, by the way, you might notice all of these really specifically fit with a leader. That's not a coincidence. This is the way these things tend to happen in Japan. You will get yourself a magazine promo that fits in specifically with a leader. The exception actually here is that the Trafal Galore wasn't actually made for the Rocinante. It came out a bit too early. It just kind of fit in later. And the Kobe, I should mention, was from a Psycho Jump, another magazine I buy way too regularly because they often have magazine promos. And then there's always a section about the One Piece TCG, and there's various manga in there that I like reading as well, and I'm kind of getting to the point where I can almost read some of these, and that makes me happy. Now, Charlotte Smoothie, fun little side note, not a magazine promo, just an event promo in Japan. But here, obviously, it fits in with the Charlotte Katakuri. It is a purple Big Mum, after all. And so that's another one which is very convenient now with OP11 finally out. And on your opponent's turn, on KO, Don -1. Play a Big Mum character with a cost equal to or less than the number of Don on your opponent's field, other than Charlotte Smoothie, from your hand. Yeah, that's going to get pretty good as the game goes along. All of these have a lot of potential. I'm generally not a huge fan of magazine promos being good because they're not always that available. The problem is, if the magazine promos end up being good, then the event pack promos end up being good. And I'm just telling you, right, all of these 4 cards could end up being really good in the future. You have been warned. Oh, fun little side note, there is a Jumbo Monkey D. Luffy card that is available at the Treasure Cups. So that's something to get a bit excited about. I don't think we've had a prize Jumbo card yet, have we? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if I'm forgetting something. But keep an eye on that one. It's awesome. But hey, that's not the only thing coming, because also get yourself to offline regionals, and we've got an offline regionals participation pack. Good news is these are alternate arts. Half of them are alternate arts. So we've got an alternate art of the Kid and Killer from EB01. Beautiful artwork here. This is obviously a really nice card that's got Rush and gets 2k more if your opponent's got 2 or less life. We've also got an alternate art of the Trafal Galore from OP07. It's got counter plus 2k, and activate main. You can return this character to the owner's hand, and if your opponent's got 6 or more cards in their hand, they put a card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So we've got Kid and Killer and Law, alternate arts, jobs are good 'un. We've then got a vanilla Tony Chopper. 5k, 7,000 power, counter plus 1,000. This is very much your ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill vanilla card. And this was actually a Psycho Jump promo as well. Came around in the February issue. We don't need to spend too long talking about it because, you know, it's a vanilla card. But still, nice to get that magazine promo. And then the 4th card that is available here is another promo. It is promo 85 Jewelry Bonnie, which was an event promo again, one of those friendly event promo things. And on play, if you lead a supernova and the number of your life is equal to or less than the number of your opponent's life, add one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less to the top or bottom of their life, face up. So there we go. Nice little set of 4 cards. Also worth noting that there is a finalist set. So let's take the Kid and Killer, put it side by side, same card, but now it says finalist on. And yes, there is a winner's version, so again, here we've got it written as champion. I'm not going to show you all 3 versions of all 4 cards, that seems like overkill. Kid and Killer show it off quite nicely. And the deal basically is top 32 to get the finalist card set. You get all of them. And then you actually have to win to get the champion set, but it literally says champion on. Be weird if we gave it to like top 4. So there we go. And then obviously just for rocking up, you get 2 of the participation packs, each of which has 1 card in. Cross your fingers, you get the one that you want. The other thing that we need to talk about here though is in terms of side events at the offline regionals, because there is a 2-on-2 battle promo coming, and it is Crocodile. Now, there's two versions of this Crocodile. One for turning up, and then one for winning. It's very much like a pre-release, which honestly kind of makes sense, because, like so many of the pre-release cards, yeah, it's a magazine promo. Came around in the October issue of Psycho Jump, and it's kind of a weird thing like they do, and this happened with like a Mihawk recently, whereby in Japan you get the borderless version in the magazine, and then over here, if you compete, you get a regular version with a border, and if you win, you get the borderless version with a stamp, but we're not actually giving you the same version that Japan got. Although that did actually get broken a little bit recently with the starter deck over here. But that's not for the Crocodile. That was a different card. So as it stands at the moment, and maybe they'll get printed in a starter deck or something, which has happened before. But at the moment, the only way to get this particular version of Crocodile, full art, no stamp, is over in Japan. There's a fun little fact for you. But the 2-on-2 battles, maybe you want to compete in them, maybe you don't. That's up to you. But I do think it's very important to note that that is currently the only way to get this Crocodile, as far as I'm aware. And it's got a really interesting skill on your turn on play. If your leader is cross-skilled or Baroque works, put one of your opponent's characters with 2k or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. And this is very clearly for Buggy, partly because it's cross-skilled and partly because it's a 5-cost, and we all know that 10-cost Buggy needs a bunch of 5-cost cards in play. And it was released about that time. Yes, in Japan it was released around OP09. We've had OP11 and we're just getting this. This is what I mean when I say that sometimes we get the magazine promos quite late. But we are getting it now, and it's another one of those which is useful for that Buggy deck. So there we go, bunch of new cards, many of which are actually mechanically unique. Of the 9 I've given you, 7 of them are mechanically unique. So you know where to get them, you know what they do, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.